All right, let's look at the long-run equilibrium in perfect competition. There are some truths that we need to be reminded of. First, price is going to be equal to marginal revenue, and that's because a firm can sell as many units as it wants at the going market price. So every time it sells an extra unit, its marginal revenue is equal to the price for all of the units. Marginal revenue is going to be equal to marginal cost because a firm's going to choose its level of output where the marginal revenue is equal to the marginal cost, because that's the rule for profit maximization. You increase your output and produce up to the point where you have economic break even on the very last unit, where the marginal revenue is just offset by the extra cost, marginal cost. And so we know that marginal cost is equal to the minimum average total cost, because in the long run, firms are operating at their efficient scale. And so then that means that price will be equal to the minimum average total cost. And so firms are operating at a point of economic break even. That doesn't mean that they're not making any money. That just means they're not making any surplus profits, and they're certainly not incurring any losses. And so zero economic profit is not the same as accounting profit equal to zero. It just means normal profits. So why does this occur? Well, one of the primary reasons is the free entry and exit of firms. If there are excess profits in the market, new firms are going to enter to take advantage of it. And if the market circumstance is unfavorable, if firms are operating at losses, some of them are going to leave, and that will ultimately drive up the price. So free entry and exit of firms is one of the primary factors that result in the perfect competition outcome. Another factor is the homogeneous or standard product that's being offered. It's a standardized good. There are no quality differences, no feature differences. One can't tell the product apart from different sellers. And so there's no reason for advertising. There's no reason to try and sell at a different price, because your good is the same as everyone else's good in the market. There are going to be many buyers and many sellers, which means no one buyer can influence the price and no one seller can influence the price. There is price taking in the market. And so what does that look like graphically? Well, we've got our average total cost curve that's U-shaped. We have the marginal cost curve that's intersecting the ATC at its minimum. And so firms are operating at that efficient scale, Q star, and at that point, price is equal to marginal revenue, which is equal to marginal cost, which is equal to minimum average total cost. So in the long run, that has to be the market price. If circumstances change and price is higher, then we're going to see excess profits, at least in the short run. But in the long run, price will get driven back to that minimum ATC. And if circumstances change, that there's a lower price, then firms are going to be experiencing losses, and that will leave some to leave the marketplace. And again, price will then rise to the minimum average total cost. And we'll look at some comparative graphs of firms and markets, and you'll get to see how that mechanism works.